Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Swing Batter. I have, as always, Dad and Todd with me as we go over a week in baseball, or as I like to call it, a memory either at the funeral home or the concert, or a very poor concert, depending on how good or bad your team is.
Why do you have to bring Taylor Swift into it?
I was thinking more Beyonce. She seems to be the latest and greatest.
That's it. Now it's over.
Don't know if you watched any highlights. Oh, also, our latest astronaut, Katy Perry, is on tour. I don't know who's going to have better numbers, Katy Perry, the astronaut, or Katy Perry, the singer, or Beyonce. Either way, those concerts are out there. If you have lots of money and you want to go and hang out with a bunch of screaming, wonderful young ladies, I'm sure you can enjoy that.
Or you can go to a casino and watch 82-year-old Frankie Valli.
There you go.
He's not 82.
So
have you seen those videos of Frankie Valli?
No.
It's like they stole the wax figure from Madame Tussauds and they turned a hairdryer on high and just belted it.
When you know one of those people and you're in like their house and you get to see them up close, like how horrific must that be? Like the age has had to have happened, but all the shots and the pinning back of the skin and the makeup, you take all that off, like the wigs and everything, and you're like, whoa.
Well, I think it's just a natural evolution of the person, so you don't really ever have like that dramatic, dear God, your face looks like saran wrap.
I think I would, it's probably the same as dating someone on a dating app with all the filters now. Everyone's got like super white teeth. Everything's perfect. And then you meet them in person. You're like, I don't know about this. And they're like, no, the lighting's low here at this restaurant. I am that person. And then you're like, this is...
No, I think it's the extra 200 pounds.
We should have zoomed out on that profile pic. Speaking of zooming out on a profile pic for Swing Batter, we like to zoom out on the profile pic and look at the whole team and not just part of the team. And I want to focus on a new team today. Before we get into the good teams, I would just like to comment about the Los Angeles Angels. The Los Angeles Angels, to me, are a team that has good players, fairly good players. There shouldn't be terrible every year. And every year, it's like the final scene of the Titanic when they throw the diamond into the ocean. I feel like, depending on what part of the season we're in, there's always that moment where the Angels are like, we're about to go 2-18, splash, it's over, we're not coming back, and there's not even like, oh, look at the heart they play with. They're currently, just so everyone is on the same page, as I get my notes for everyone, the Angels are in last place in a very weak division of the AL West. They're 12-15, but what struck me as odd is they're at minus 33 already. Like when you're
they signed Travis d'Arnaud.
They have scored 100 runs. They're 3-7 in their last 10. So again, if you put all that together, they had a winning record. But again, like the Titanic scene, they just go, oops. What was that line she had? Whoopsie.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what you guys have. That's just a team I noticed, and I pull out the profile pic and I see them starting to burn down their season. So.
It's because they can only fit so many people on the big wooden door that's floating in the ocean.
As an earlier scene. So that was the team that I thought I'd highlight to start before we get into the good teams. Were there any teams that struck you, Dad, that you're like, this is the team I want to show the boys about?
Well, some are pretty obvious. There's always some surprises. Are we surprised that the Sacramento A's are tied with the Rangers?
Yes,
I am,
and they have a winning record.
You don't know. You know what? I'm not actually. I don't know that I'm surprised because they've started to make some moves where they're signing some players, and they spent some money in the offseason, unlike the Marlins. So. I'm not surprised they're winning more than they were last season. I'm not expecting them to be. They were my sleeper pick to be a wild card for the playoffs.
I don't recall that, but I'll go with your word.
Well, you should check the facts.
I as the host of the show, I don't recall it, but I have a lot of facts I have to keep up with the two of you. So I will just say that I think we all picked the Angels to be last after our conversation because we all knew they were going to throw something into the ocean. But the A's certainly are impressive. The one thing I am impressed with is that their road record is a good 9-5. Their home record's not so great, but their road record's good. And the other thing that's interesting about the A's is they're a -21 with that record. -21 is not good. So having a winning record as a -21 is pretty impressive. But again, we'll see as things even out and the A's play more teams. They're doing pretty good, but the AL West hasn't exactly started off. It started off with like a couple, like if you do a 100-meter dash with a bunch of 50-year-olds, that's what I feel we're watching with the AL West. Some guys pulled up already. They're like, I heard something. Some guys are like, I'm limping to the finish line. No one's really hit their stride in the AL West.
Well, you know who did hit their stride in the AL West? Eugenio Suárez.
That's the NL West.
Oh,
The Mariners? He's on my favorite team, the Diamondbacks.
Oh.
And I would trade him this afternoon for a sandwich.
Were they playing the Mariners when he hit those?
No.
No, they were playing the Braves.
Oh, well, imagine my confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's only been 2 players hit 4 home runs in a game and lose. He's one of them.
Okay. Was he the 19th player in Major League history to do it?
Yeah.
Speaking of homers, the Yankees leadoff guys hit 3 straight homers again. It's the second time this season.
Yeah, the Yankees are looking solid.
That is crazy.
We just glossed over that.
Who are we talking about?
The Yankees.
The Yankees?
No, the player that hit 3 straight homers.
The players.
No, the 3 leadoff players.
They hit him 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. They did that on opening day. They did it again tonight?
Yeah.
Wow.
But they are facing...
And then they had a 4th home run before they even got a second out.
They're facing the team that I think we have to put a watch on of elimination. I was watching them. I was watching them last week, and this is not looking pretty. Their ERA
is wrong there. Yeah, they need to change the water they're drinking or something.
I think the pitching coach is about to get fired.
Well, he can go have a breakfast at Denny's with Texas batting coach.
Yes, they could do a swap. They could change the pitching coach for the hitting coach. I think that would work pretty good. Yeah, the Diamondbacks did have a historical event. They did have the 4 home runs, and it didn't work out in our favor. Dad, I think your summary of the Diamondbacks is pretty correct as you've talked to the whole family. You want to give it to everybody here as a nice follower of the Diamondbacks?
It's a period of time. I hope it ends, but nothing's going well. Starting pitching is disappointing. The bullpen has fallen apart partly because of injuries. Best players on disabled. Fielding is nothing like what we've seen in the last 2 years. Example, on Sunday, they made 2 errors in a game. 7th time this year, they've multiple errors. Last year, the whole season, 1 game with multiple errors. They've got 7 already. That doesn't count the wild pitches they've been throwing. It's like you're watching this and saying, who are these guys?
That's crazy. Corbin Carroll set a record, 1st to 3rd.
Yeah, I saw that.
11.02 seconds. Fastest this year. I don't know what that means.
He's 1 and 2 in that game. He finished 1st and 2nd in that game.
Really?
He had 2 triples
and just a double down the line.
Yes.
And he was sitting on third base. You're going, what?
He was sitting on third base eating a sandwich, as you would say, because he was like, why are they? Oh, they're still playing the game. Okay, the Diamondbacks
fastest home to third.
Yes, the fastest home to third. He hit twice in that one game. And he also threw out a guy at home. He had a great game. The Diamondbacks are 15 and 13 at this time, and they're plus 12. So even with all of their mix-ups and confusions, they would be doing great in the AL West. In the AL West, yes. The NL West, not so great. They're 4th at 15 and 13. The Padres have fallen off the wagon. They were one of the hottest teams. They're 17 and 11. Still great record, but they are second to the Giants and the Dodgers, who are both 19 and 10 in that division. And 4 teams are a plus. And
here's an easy prediction.
One team is the minus.
Easy prediction.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are going to start dropping. They have won so many games in the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th. The Classic was just on Sunday night when the Rangers lost on a 20-foot ground ball that became
that play was hilarious.
That became a Little League home run. That was the Giants' win.
That shout out to Little League. That's a Little Falls Little League that I played in back when you played Little League in jeans.
Well, that's going to come to an end for the Giants. They can't keep winning games like that.
Or they'll
come back to reality.
Or they have a magical season, Dad.
Yeah, I mean, like I think we were on that. The Little Falls Yankees was my Little League team, and I dare say Pete Coleman and Danny Usselman and were better fielders than what we saw in that game.
I just want to make a note on the NL West as we follow the swing batter candidate of the year, the Rockies. So the Rockies 2 weeks ago when we were covering, they were 3-14. They were a -50. Then last week they didn't do so bad. They were 4-19, so they got a win. And they only went to -55, which if you think about it, a -5 is pretty good overall, right?
Yeah.
Now we're into this week, and I think they didn't have a great week because now we're at a -72.
What?
Numbers are trending poorly, and they are 4-24. So they have 0 wins. In the time we've been recording on a weekly basis, they started at, what did I have? They were 3-14 when we started. They're now 4-24. So for those counting at home, they
1-10.
They are eyeing that record for the worst team ever in baseball, and I think they have their sights lined up. They're really connecting. They have 92 runs scored. They've allowed 164, and for those that want to track this, runs for, runs against, I believe the Texas Rangers are the worst with 87. So they have 5 more runs than the worst team in baseball, and I believe 164 leads them in baseball. And of course, it's close. Ooh, it is a close one. The Miami Marlins are a -1. They've allowed 159 runs. That's pretty close. I didn't think we'd get that close of a runs allowed. So the Rockies are doing everything perfectly to be the worst team in baseball. We're going to have a week where they get 3 or 4 wins, and we're going to be blown away.
No.
You think we're going to come on at a week?
No, the answer, they're going to get, you said we're going to have a week where they get 3 or 4 wins. No.
Dad,
no.
The law of averages state that you should accidentally get 3 wins in a week.
No,
one time over the course of a season.
Oh, yeah.
Won 4 games in 30.
It's pretty bad.
I had this theory I started a little over 20 years ago, maybe 30, I don't know. The Detroit Tigers had a horrible team. They were going to lose well over 100 games. And I just decided, this team deserves my business. So I bought a Tigers hat. Still have it. Now, I should have bought a White Sox hat last year. But I'm telling you something. It's going to be hard not to buy a Rockies hat this year.
Well, the BadderSports baghead, we need to do like commemorative gold.
Well, you guys are my instant information, your sports AI geniuses.
Well, I'm trying to prorate out the Colorado
How's the Rockies attendance been this year? Because that's a team that usually draws fairly well.
At home, they're doing really good. They're 3-10 at home.
Well, was it showed in their
record?
No, I'm just telling you that for the fans, you get 3 wins at home, and if you only have 4 wins, that's blowing the doors off.
Yep.
I don't know the attendance.
Oh God.
Yes, it's. Are you using the math calculator to see how they end up?
Oh my Lord. This team is going to be the best ever.
Yes, they are, and they lead a lot of stats that I'm going to be going over here for baseball.
They are going to shatter every horrible record ever made. Do you know how many wins they're on pace for right now?
30,
20, 22 or something.
22.
Yeah.
22 wins. And you, as my numbskull brother, is sitting there saying they're going to fall into 3 or 4 in a week.
Can you imagine?
22 is impossible. 20. You're
Yeah, it is
22 at
impossible. Can you
130.
just
130.
imagine.
What are we talking about right now? 140. 140 and 22. No, there's 22 and 140. That's not even real.
Just imagine.
That's what they're projected at right now.
Just imagine winning less games than the Cy Young Award winner.
That might happen.
No, it's impossible.
Do you know what their run differential is projecting out to be by the end of the year?
This is going to be
300?
413.
Yeah.
Negative 413.
Well, now's the time to save up all your money and bet on the Rockies. It's just like a stock that's gone down. It's going to go up. They're not going to win the pennant, but they're going to have a 2-week stretch where they may even play 500 ball.
We'll know because we look at them every week. And right now, over the course of 2 weeks, we haven't seen really yet. They haven't stumbled into a win. Like the Giants, you could argue the Giants when they or stumbled into the team that's struggling. They could have just been playing the Texas Rangers who are struggling to score runs and beaten them. They're not even getting that grace right now. They're not playing the hard teams or the teams that are struggling. So the Rockies are having a tough go of it. And again, we'll just focus on them throughout the year. I like to note, since we're on the Rockies.
If we get forgiving and say they go on a run, maybe they get to 38 wins.
38 wins would be pretty amazing, considering
long season, but they are certainly impressing us right off the bat. I tell you, they've got our attention. I usually check their score about 3-4 times a night.
Well, you have a real disorder.
They were in a game against the Dodgers. It was 7-7 going into the 8th inning, and they lost it. And I was like, man, they were right there.
Brendan, technically, they're in a game every time they play.
Well, when it's 0-0.
I'm saying late in the innings, the game was still tied. And I was like, this is an impressive showing.
They played
As Dad is famous for saying, you need 27 outs.
Yeah, they played a good 7 innings. Although they had given up 7 runs, so it was take it with a grain of salt.
But here's the issue: as the weather gets warmer, the runs typically go up in that stadium.
Yep.
So our 2 favorite Colorado guys are still leading the league in strikeouts. By the way,
I wanted to know about
more. Give me more of this one.
So by the way,
this. All right, hold on. I'm going to put it on mute and just sit and eat my fries and listen.
So the hot corners, mind you, that you really need some good stuff on first and third. That's what we have. We're looking at. So the first and third, they've now accumulated 41 and 40 strikeouts combined. So they have 81 strikeouts. Ryan's doing pretty good. He's got 17 walks. However, he's batting 158. Okay. So that doesn't really help when you're walking. Michael's batting 214. They have 4 home runs between the 2 of them and a total of 15 RBIs, and they have a total of 15 runs scored.
I wonder if you go to their game, do you cheer like it's Little League and you call out stuff like, walks as good as a hit?
Good eye, Ryan.
I'm almost thinking you cheer for them to strike out more. I thought there would be more Coloradans on this list. The Rockies would have more of them. And the top 23 players, those are the only 2 Colorado Rockies.
Oh, they're putting a bat on the ball.
Remember
when
you remember the Olympics when you were like, I want a gold and a silver for the United States? The Colorado Rockies in the strikeouts medal round, as we'll call it. The Colorado Rockies are currently 1 gold and 2 silver.
So we know that they have that problem. I can't believe the team ERA is the team ERA is always bad in college.
2 guys have 81 strikeouts on the corner, and they're batting 214 and 158. We have that problem. That's like you got the wrong actor in your movie. This is not good, and Ryan's going to be around for a bit.
Have they allowed more runs than any other team?
Yes, they have. That was what I went over just a little minute ago.
So what's the team ERA?
Well, Senzalate, this is my new favorite guy. I need my Antonio Senzalate ta.
Yeah, we're going to go to whip. And what I did this time, I got a better list. So I'm only looking at pitchers who have pitched over 20 innings. So to qualify with a bad whip, you have to have over 20 innings so far in the season.
Okay.
Right now, Charlie Morton of the Baltimore Orioles, my team that I am concerned with only because I picked them to win, and they're about as far away from that as can be. So as we call it in my shorthanded show, it's called Brendan's Bombs. So if Brendan's picking it, it's probably not good for the team or anybody else.
I've never seen such humility from you.
It does. It does.
I gotta tell you, I'm impressed with the self-reflection I'm seeing tonight.
Charlie Morton is about as bad as it gets. He has a 10.36 ERA. He's 0-6. He has 24 and a third innings pitched, and he has a 2.22 whip. He has 20 walks and 24 strikeouts. I don't know what you do with him. He's a seasoned vet, but this is a Russ Ortiz time. Like, you just have to pay him to go away.
Well, first you put him on a disabled list.
Dad's got a whole... By the way, Dad is talking to Mary GMs. He knows... Dad has this plan on wraps. The Diamondbacks have done it so many times.
He's got a sore elbow.
Yep.
He's got a sore neck from turning around and watching the ball fly out of the ballpark.
Right.
That's pretty bad. I'm still waiting for my Colorado pitching.
Well, you're in luck. We have a lot of Colorado guys on the list that haven't hit 20 innings, but we do have second place, the silver medal, as we would say, in the middle round. Jermaine Marquis. You may remember this pitcher. He's been around for a bit.
Yep.
He has pitched in a total of 5 games. He has 20 and a third innings. He's 0-4 with a 9.3 ERA and a 2.02 whip to start the year.
So I assume he's a starter.
Yeah.
5 games, 20 innings. He's lasting like 5 innings a game. He's their inning eater.
Right. I'm going to just... The other problem with Charlie that they're not following your advice, Charlie has started in 5 games, but he's appeared in 6. So they may have moved into the bullpen. So I just want Baltimore, when you're listening as a fan or as a GM of Baltimore and you stumble upon swing batter, Dad, you want to walk them through what to do? Like, you don't put them in the bullpen.
First, they put him in the bullpen.
First
they might have had a game where they started a reliever.
You can't send him to the minors because he's got too much years in the contract. So you disable him, and then you talk to him and trying to convince him to retire, which would be great for your payroll. Short of that, you just bite the bullet and cut him. But maybe they've seen good things from Charlie recently. Like maybe he went 3-4 good innings to give him a hope.
I don't know. Today's game against the Yankees, Baltimore doesn't have a whole lot of pitching options. Then we get to the bronze medal, and then we're going to go to the top 5 guys in whips. The bronze medal goes to a Chicago Cub, which is surprising because the Cubs have done really, really quite well. This is Ben Brown of the Cubs, who is started in 5 games. He's 2-2 with a 6.04 ERA and a 1.89 whip. He has 31 strikeouts to 14 walks. For a third-place contender, I think he's not going to finish third. I think he's quite salvageable. And also,
he'll be fine.
I think there's some players that are going to get paid to go away, so they're going to fall out of contention. Sean Newcomb is the next one for the Boston Red Sox. He's 0-3, again, 5 games started, 6 games pitched. He's a 4.24 ERA, which is very impressive, with a 1.89 whip. 30 strikeouts, 11 walks. He's got something. I think he'll figure it out because his ERA is so far down.
But how is he doing that with 1.89 whip?
He's got 11 walks, 15 hits.
Left on base.
Yes.
He's getting the men out when the people are on base.
What you want to also look at is total home runs. He's only allowed 1 home run.
There we go.
30 strikeouts, too.
Yes, very good.
He's a keeper.
Then brings up 5th place, our guy, Mr. Colorado Rocky, Antonio
Senzatella.
the guy we're following all year long. The good news is
man, the myth, and the legend.
he's paid a lot by the Rockies. They're going to keep playing him. He has 6 games started in 6 appearances, so he's still a starter. He is still getting pitched as a starter. He is 1-4, so he has a win. He finally got a win.
25% of their wins.
He's not their worst.
25% of their wins. I can't believe he's 1-4, and Dad just put a percent on it.
He's their ace.
I feel like I'm
But yeah, start out. He's not their worst.
I feel like you just said 25% of their wins and he has one win. Like if I told you this pitcher has 25% of the team's wins, you're like, holy cow, he must have a great year. No, he has one.
This guy's headed for 24 wins in a season. Maybe
I
30.
don't have it in front of me, but it's safe to assume they don't have a pitcher with 2 wins.
They better not. If they do, they need to put him on the trading block. So he has a
No, they don't.
Thank God. They have a 5.22 ERA. I'm sorry, Antonio has a 5.22 ERA. He has a 1.88 whip. So he's actually done pretty good. He's hovered at 2 and then he's down to 1.9s. So the good news is he's still starting and he's still playing. Yes, there are worse Colorado Rockies in this, but they didn't qualify. This guy.
Wait a second. Well, your qualification was 20 innings.
20 innings. He has 29 and a third innings.
I would like you to look at the Colorado Rockies pitcher, German Marquez.
Oh, yeah, he was third. He was bronze. Yes. We went over him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got him. Yeah, he has the silver medal. Sorry. So right now you have Charlie Morton with the gold, German Marquez with the silver.
Oh, because you were saying Marquis. Is the Z silent?
You say Marquez?
Well, is a Z at the end of his name? German Marquez.
I'm probably Harry carrying it. So
You're making him like a guy from Paris.
And bronze medal's Ben Brown, and then we have Sean Newcomb and Antonio coming up on.
We have 2 pitchers on this list.
Wait. Let's look for the good news. They got 4.
It's only up from here.
No, they got 4 wins. I'm looking for some guy that's got 2 saves.
Oh, my Lord.
Anybody got 2 saves on his team?
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Todd's
Does
looking.
anybody have a save? Yeah, 3 guys have 3 saves.
3 of the 4 wins are save qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at that blend. They don't have 1 closer. They got 3.
That's right.
I think the manager fell asleep and just let the player pitch in the 8th and 9th.
He's got to get drunk before every game, that guy.
He's changed the drinking fountain water to just pure whiskey.
He's Tom Hanks. He's Tom Hanks at the beginning of League of Their Own.
Oh yeah, he is not at the edge of the dugout like Aaron Boone chewing on gum like he's trying to ruin the gum. So the Rockies. So there's a good question, Todd. Since you're putting up stats, team batting average, team ERA for the Colorado Rockies has got to be one of all the teams. Where do they rank with other teams, and what does it look like when you look at these?
So you're looking at batting average?
The batting average is what I'm interested in. And then the team batting average, we'll do that first. I'm going to guess they're at about 214.
Remember, they're in Colorado. They might be better than that.
Dad, they only have 5 more runs than the Rangers.
Dad, do you want to go over or under 214?
Over.
He said, oh.
You're wrong. It's under. They're tied for second to last with the Angels at 212. Yeah, Brennan almost hit it on the head.
So the Rangers are last, right?
No.
What?
Nope.
Rangers don't score.
Rangers
They leave a lot of men on base.
Holy cow. The Rangers are not last. Who's last?
Angels, right?
No, the White Sox.
No, the Angels are tied for 29th.
The White Sox?
Gotta be
Yep,
the White Sox.
that's it. It's the White
About
Sox.
time we got to them.
The White Sox do have the worst runs scored. I didn't hit them. They have
Brennan, what's the other stat you were looking for offensively?
Sorry, the other stat I was looking for is ERA.
Team
ERA. Oh, I can guess at this one too. So I'm going to guess, and Dad, you can go over under. I'll say the team ERA is a 5.87.
I'll go under.
Dad's right. It's under 5.87. It's a 5.36.
Oh, I was really high.
But yeah, there's nobody that's a 5.87. They're not last.
They're not last
not
in ERA?
They're not last in ERA.
What are we talking about?
Well, Brendan knows what we're talking about.
Last in ERA.
Brendan knows exactly.
The Orioles were last in ERA.
They're last in ERA.
Orioles.
5.51.
So no one's at a 5.87 this early in the season.
They would be a lot better if Charlie didn't have a sore elbow.
It ain't Charlie.
Hey, you know who's first in ERA?
The Mets. That's not even that difficult. Who has the best batting average of all? Yankees? Is the Yankees best batting
Hold on,
average?
you're making me switch between hitting and pitching here. Yankees have the best batting average, followed by the Cardinals.
Whoa.
Cardinals are batting 263, which is one above the Chicago Cubs. Chicago Cubs are absolutely ballistic this year.
The Cardinals have that high of a batting average and they're 12-17, and they've scored 131 runs with that high of a batting average?
You said they probably lead the league in double plays.
They probably do. Who leads the league in double play? That is a good question.
The GIDP.
They had 4 in the game I watched them in. That was pretty amazing.
They are third in the GIDP.
Oh, third.
They have 26. First place is
Gotta be a team that gets on base. And
Colorado.
no.
you have to hit the ball.
You have to hit.
Colorado's not hit. How about the Toronto Blue Jays?
Toronto Blue Jays are fifth, tied for fifth with Baltimore Orioles and the New York Mets at 22.
This is Braves.
No. Braves are actually eighth with 21, tied with the Phillies.
How about the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Number one with 28.
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
And number two are the Sacramento Athletics with 27.
That's pretty impressive that the A's are still winning. Grounding the double plays are demoralizing to the fan.
Nothing like robs your soul.
And the worst is when you have a player who you know can't run. Like the Cardinals had a really big guy get up and he hit the ball and he hit it right to the third baseman and the whole stands goes, like the whole entire, everybody in the stands was like, before he's even running, they're like, why even run? You just ended the inning.
You're just going to pull something.
The third baseman should have run to second, stepped on it, and then thrown to first.
Junior Caminero, the third baseman for Tampa Bay, has hit into 9 double plays.
Can I guess his weight? Is he 270?
Let's find out.
He's not a fat.
Well, I saw this. I saw this guy play. No,
he's 6'1", 220.
Yeah, I saw this guy play. He's not that.
He probably just hits the ball too hard on the ground.
Well, he isn't fast. Is he the catcher? I don't think so. But anyway, he's
third baseman.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the joys of watching some of these slow motion car accidents and slow motioning wrecks, because the baseball is that. That's the joy of what our show is and covering baseball to me. Is, again, the environment is like everything is ending in the world every day. And in baseball, when I look at the week and I say, man, the Rockies didn't even get a win. They didn't even stumble one out. They didn't even accidentally fall into one.
In life, we do a lot of our self-worth by comparing. I'm not as good as that guy. I'm not as good as that guy. But positive thinkers, they look at the other end. They say, I'm not as bad as that guy. And that's what we use the Rockies for. I don't care what kind of slump you're in. You got a good lead over the Rockies.
As Evel Knievel would say, you need a positive mental attitude.
Yes.
Before you hit the ramp at full speed and flop around like a rag doll.
Well, I will tell you, through 28 games, the Colorado Rockies are 3 games behind the White Sox.
Well, I was getting excited tonight, and I know we shouldn't be like this. I was checking the Rockies' score.
Yep.
Against the Braves. Third inning, they're only down 2-1. So I just pulled it up. It's 5-1. So
who's pitching? Is it one of our 2 candidates in the?
I'll tell you.
Antonio? Is it Germain?
Marquez. ERA is now up to 9.62.
Ooh. Wow. Well, I'm glad they're still starting him. I like it when you don't give up on a player that has talent still.
Chicago, with these stolen bases, 88% success rate.
That's the Cubbies, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Nobody's catching
They
it.
got this guy.
44 stolen bases, only 6 caught stealing.
They got this guy, Pete Crow Armstrong, who
used to be a Met, and we traded him for Javi Baez.
Yeah.
We got all of 50 games out of that guy, and now we gave away the best center fielder in the game. It's not like we could use a center fielder right now. We got to put up with Tyrod Taylor in the outfield.
Who was a great quarterback for the Bills.
Oh, dear God.
It's always
Every
great.
time I see Pete Crow Armstrong do something, and I'll bet you it was Billy Epler that consulted on that trade too. Another Billy Epler master class.
It's funny. Dad and I, we used to do this all the time. You'd go back and turn the pages to see what you got rid of, like the minor league player that you traded for that one player that you wanted for half a season. The worst is when they actually make something of themselves and they're actually playing good on the other team, which is what's happening right now. So you get to watch him as a Mets fan going, man, I could use a little bit of that. I could use a little bit of that sugar in my latte.
And he's not just fast either. Guy's got 6 home runs.
He's what you would call a 5-tool player.
Yeah, 5 tools.
You didn't see his stolen bases or anything. He's
12?
12? Probably 12 for 12, right?
12 for 13.
He fell down once.
He missed the bag or something.
So I continue to be impressed with the Rockies. I really am. I'm really surprised that the Angels have decided that this is they're just not interested in this race anymore. The other thing, Todd, you brought up Mike Trout last time, and he's not doing any better. So when we look at
waiting for him to turn it around.
Yeah, there's a couple players on this list of strikeouts that really shocked me. Mike Trout, he's still batting 170 as of this recording. And there's guys like Max Muncy's on this list of strikeouts, like in the top 25.
You know there's 2 guys named Max Muncy?
Oh, this is the Dodger guy.
Yeah, it's the Dodger guy.
Well, it couldn't have happened to a better player.
The Dodger guy's batting 188.
The A's have a Max Muncy too.
Mike Trout's 170. What
Yeah,
the heck?
that's just not Mike Trout numbers.
No, it's not. Something's wrong there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's players on the list like
I think he and Charlie Morton need to go to Cabo for a couple weeks. Just relax.
Like there's still players on the list, like Devers on the list, Swanson's on the list for the Cubs. These are high-paid guys. The Cubs, Swanson's batting 181 with 38 strikeouts. Rafael Devers is batting 216 with 38 strikeouts. These are guys that are getting tons of money to play for their teams, and they're just not doing it right now.
Do you think Trout, turning 34 this year, is looking at the tail end of his career and trying to overcompensate?
Ooh, I don't know.
Like he's like, listen, I'm just gonna swing for the fences. This whole thing's a wash. I'm turning 34. I might not even hit 500 home runs in my career.
How many injuries has he had over the last 3 years? Has he ended the last like 3 or 4 years? He's had injuries with his thumb, with his, he's had all these.
2021, he played 36 games. 2022, 119. 2023, 82. 2024, 29.
It's just, I think the injuries are creeping up, and he's trying to make up for it. And how much longer does he have in this contract? Doesn't he have it till 40, 38?
I think they have locked him up until he dies.
Dad, one of the players that used to be a Diamondback, Christian Walker, is on the list of strikeouts. He is currently sitting at tied for 16th, but he has a 192 average with 34 strikeouts.
Yep.
So high strikeouts, low average equals Dad is very unhappy with that.
Oh, God. Trout is locked up until 2031.
In 6 more years.
He's not playing that long.
This is we talk about this at Swing Batter. We evaluate contracts. The last did you say the last 4 years he has not completed a season?
He hasn't. Well, I don't know how long the season was in 2020.
Okay, throw 2020 out. 21 on, he hasn't completed a season, right? He hasn't gone over 100 games?
No. So he went over once. He did.
One time since 2021, he's gone over 100.
He did 119 games.
So here's. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think on my hat I have a bag we put over our heads when we cheer for certain teams. So what teams should be wearing bags? White Sox, Rockies, Angels?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Angels should permanently make Baghead their mascot. I mean, like
you should be out there throwing out T-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, like, you should just embrace it. Everybody who throws out the first pitch in Anaheim or LA or wherever they play now that should wear a bag on their head.
Here's what's crazy.
And it should all be 50 Cent throwing it out too.
I'm going to say something crazy about the Angels that I never thought I would say. Albert Pujols is one of the best signings that they've had because he played. Rendon isn't playing. Trout's not playing. Like, they have signed players to these multi-year deals and they're not playing. Albert Pujols actually played. I made fun of the fact he couldn't run and that he was on the downward spiral of his career. And we talk about that because a lot of players in their 30s, late 20s have signed 10-year deals. So Mike Trout is not the only player we're going to talk about that's not performing later on in their career as they start to age and these deals that they have are locked in.
I hate to break this to you. Seriously, we got issues with Mike Trout. If this guy does not get it together and play a whole season, he could be done in the next 2 or 3 years. He will not make the Hall of Fame. As an outfielder right now with 387 home runs, he doesn't have 1,000 RBIs.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And
he only has 1,600 hits. I mean, this is David Wright numbers.
Yep, and then not only that, this average is really scary this year. 170 is really not good. He has 9 home runs, but again, to your point, Todd, last week, on 17 hits.
Right.
So
He's beat that. Eugenio Suárez has 10 home runs and 6 singles and 34 strikeouts.
is he on my list?
How much, what do the Angels have to do to dump this guy?
They aren't going to dump him. There's no way they're going to dump him. There's just no way.
You can't, how is he feeling?
They moved him to right field. They've moved him out of center.
Right field. They should be moving to center field. You don't move to right field.
I thought he was the center.
They played him in right. He made a couple errors. Do you know what he's playing usually?
Well, he will be in first base pretty soon at this way it's going.
This is our DH.
Yeah.
This is sad news, I would say, because everyone has touted Mike Trout to be the best player in baseball for so long.
Best of his generation was what I heard.
And the last couple of years, it just has not. It's his last couple of years. What's his average in the last 4 years and those seasons that he's been short? Yeah, he's currently playing right field.
His average has been, it's going down. So let's start in 2019. He was 291.
Mm-hmm.
2020, 281. 2021, he bounced to 333. Then 283, 263, 220, 170.
This is not
a trend that you're a fan of.
No.
Do you buy into the possibility that he's trying to tank it so he gets traded?
No. I don't. These guys, how do you, as a player, there's no way he's tanking to get traded. All he has to do is say he's going to waive his no trade clause. That's all he has to do.
How much is he getting paid per year?
37.
So again, he can't tank it and then get traded. No one's going to pick up $37 million till 2031 here. That's the other problem.
I think the Suns would do that.
He has a full no trade clause.
The Suns would do that.
Full no trade clause. There's no opt-outs. Nothing.
This is something to keep note of because I did not, Todd, when we talked about him last week, I thought his average would go up. He would start getting more hits.
Yeah.
He's not there yet. I don't know if there's any health issues. They're obviously not talking about it, but he's on the list of the most strikeouts, and there's a lot of guys under the Mendoza line, under the 200 line with a lot of strikeouts on this list.
I gotta be honest, I'm kind of traumatized right now.
Well, you still worried about the PCA for Baez trade?
No, not that. I'm worried about Mike Trout. Mike Trout, I think Mike Trout, like his Hall of Fame is in jeopardy.
Serious jeopardy. You can't get an Hall of Fame bat in 220 and 170.
Nope. You know what can help him? I was thinking about a trade for Mike Trout. that would happen between two teams that don't care. The Angels, we know, don't care. They pretend to care, but they don't care. The Rockies have this player named Chris Bryant, who has getting paid a hefty amount of money for a while. If you swap Chris Bryant and Mike Trout and put Mike Trout in Colorado to finish up his career,
it's sad. But then the Angels will be paying their third baseman a combined $100 billion.
I keep forgetting they have Rendon, who's not playing.
Everybody forgets Rendon. He's like Baby in Dirty Dancing. He's been put in the corner.
He hasn't played since he signed that deal. Congratulations.
He hadn't danced either.
That's going to be one of the epic swing batter. And the fact that we have a swing batter episode on Rendon, and I swear, I think it's not even one of our most viewed. Like, we have all these other players that are viewed. I'm like, how is Rendon not looked at all the time? Well,
because people have never heard of him. You have to play before people hear of you.
It's like talking about an old movie star. What, they still act? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He still plays baseball? I thought he retired after he won the World Series with the Nationals.
This is what happened to Cespedes after he got crippled by that hog. He showed up in spring training for the Mets because he was still under contract. And everyone was like, I didn't hear you know you still did the thing.
Oh, man. I forgot the crippled hog story. Can we just talk? If there's the most creative ways players have ended their careers, seasons off of the baseball field. Because like Jeff Kent had a whole incident with his truck, I think, washing his truck. And then he sued the Giants, or there was a whole thing happening there where there's so many players in the history of baseball that have gotten hurt, and then they try to make it look like they got hurt while playing baseball. Like they come to the ballpark and they're like, I was fielding fly balls and I hurt this thing. And the trainer looks at him and there's like, there's no way you did this.
Sandoval ate his way out of the league.
That's a disability.
Well, speaking of eating, I think I got a Big Mac and French fries waiting for me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, another great episode.
Did Trevor Bauer get hurt by a drone? At one point?
Possibly. Well, we can see that now during a game. I know he's pitching in Japan.
Sammy Sosa hurt himself sneezing.
Just baseball has the most creative injuries.
No, like I remember, like there was something where like Sammy Sosa like pulled an oblique or something because he sneezed.
Well, it's tough when you have all those muscles. Well, Dad, to get you off and running, and I want to thank everyone for joining us for Swing Batter. As always, I'm your host, Brendan. Don't forget, as the BadderSports Network continues to grow, Dad's got his own show called Rounding Third. Don't forget to check out his baseball stories there. And as always, we appreciate you liking, subscribing, and leaving your comments. I'm sure you have a lot of creative injuries of players going to the ballpark and telling their team, hey, we have this great player, and then you never get to see him because he got hurt on some summer doing something. As always, Todd, the Mets are still cruising, and congrats for that as they beat the Diamondbacks tonight. And Dad, the Diamondbacks are still trying to figure it out. But luckily, there's time.
There is, and they lost 5 innings of the game tonight. The Diamondbacks won it 3-0.
I have a question for you before we leave. Does Antonio get the second win for the Rockies and then move into the demanding place of trying to get to 50% of the Rockies' wins on the season?
Does it happen before June?
They get 6 wins and he gets 3 of them. Can you imagine? I have 50% of my team's wins. Unbelievable. It's too funny to even mention. Well, Antonio, you got 25% of the Rockies wins. Put that on your resume. A team will LinkedIn it. You know, people lie in LinkedIn. That's what I have 25% of my team's wins.
I forgot my crazy stat of the week. The Marlins roll into town in L.A. to face the Dodgers.
Oh, dear Lord.
Producer Eric shared with me that you have the lowest salary in baseball facing the highest salary team in baseball.
And they went to
Marlins managed to roll into town with a $69 million annual payroll.
Gosh.
And the Dodgers are approximately, paying out the national GDP of Canada or something.
I wonder how many players on the Dodgers are making more than $69 million.
I want you to know that took the Dodgers 10 innings to beat them last night.
I know. Miami had them by the throats for a while.
I do enjoy that. I don't feel the Dodgers have figured it out, and they're 19-10.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, great. Thanks, Dad.
All right.
Todd.
All right.
Save up your money for a Rockies hat.
There you go, everybody. Bye now.
Okay.
Bye.